I'm going to be trying to fix the Carolina Hurricanes because once they hit the conference finals, they are straight up terrible. Down 3-1 to the Florida Panthers. It was 3-0, but they somehow managed to actually get a victory in that series after losing like 15 straight conference finals hockey games dating way back to like, what, 2009? We are currently looking at a roster that lost Mikko Rantanen, Jake Gensel, and Marty Necas all in the span of like a full calendar year. Stankoven, Aho, and Svechnikov on that first line. Funny enough, we actually get a +5 out of that. We got Jarvis alongside Roslovic and Robinson. The bottom six isn't great. I mean, we do got some depth pieces like Jordan Staal and Jesper Fast. Defensively, we kind of shine. I mean, we got Jacob Slavin, probably the best defensive defenseman in the entire league right now. Brent Burns somehow is still an 85 overall. Dmitry Orlov's an 86. We got Gostisbehere and Chatfield, and then in goal, Freddie Anderson at an 88 is not too shabby at all, and Pyotr Kochetkov as our backup, who can probably grow into a potential starting goalie maybe even as soon as next season if we want to. This is not a cooked roster. I can definitely do something with this. I'm going to be giving myself 3 full seasons to bring a Stanley Cup back to Carolina for the first time since 2006. A lot of these guys are pretty young. I mean, Sebastian Aho's in the prime of his career. We can't even move him with a full-on no movement clause. That would probably be a guy that I would end up dealing, but Freddie Anderson, 88 overall. He's 34 years of age, 1 year left on his deal. I think we got to move him and start Kochetkov instead. For the first trade that I am going to try to complete, we got Freddie Anderson and Jack Roslovic, as well as a first rounder going to LA for Adrian Kempe and Brandt Clark coming back to Carolina. They are totally unwilling to do that, so let me try to sweeten the deal a little bit. Throw in a second and another second round pick to fill out the trading block, and still they do not want to give this up. Add in one more first rounder. Obviously, we're not going to be using them considering we are only going to be going 3 full seasons, and they still do not want to give up Clark and Kempe. I'm going to go straight in blockbuster deals to make the Carolina Hurricanes better. We got Faber, Middleton, and Wallstack coming back for Anderson, Roslovic, 2 first, and Blake. This 100% is a blockbuster deal. Anderson, Jarvis, we got a prospect, Hall, and a first round pick for Dobes, Doc, Evans, and Caulfield from the Montreal Canadiens, and there we go. Considered a done deal as Carolina tries to get a goal scorer, tries to get better. The Canadiens also want to give away Mike Matheson, so I'm going after him, giving up a first round pick, which we're not going to use anyways, and a prospect that should go through, and they do not want to retain any salary. Lower the retained salary and the deal will go through, so our D-core got better. I think we got better offensively. Kochetkov, we're definitely going to have to rely on him to really step it up at an 85 overall and help us to a Stanley Cup. I gotta be honest, I'm handing out first round picks like it's goddamn Halloween. Slavin and a first for Brock Faber, who's much younger. Slavin, a guy who we're probably not going to be able to re-sign. The defenseman in this game, they want way too much money. At 5.3, he's a steal, but obviously 30 years old. 88 overall, only 1 overall better than Brock Faber. We're going to try to get it to go through, and it's an absolute no-brainer for the Minnesota Wild. Slavin, who is the slightly better player, the much older player, and a player that we're not going to be able to re-sign. Here is the brand new forward core of the Carolina Hurricanes, most notably Cole Caulfield, who is a sniper. We got a +5 in the first line, so they should sim absolutely very well. Defensively now, we got Matheson and Faber, Burns and Orlov, Gostisbehere and Sean Walker, and between the pipes, man, Pyotr Kochetkov, we are relying on you at an 85 overall. This is year number 1 of 3 possible seasons with the Carolina Hurricanes. Obviously, if we go all the way and win the Stanley Cup, there's no point to keep simulating, but GM Pasta, he made some moves, he overhauled the roster a little bit, changes need to be made, considering how goddamn bad the Hurricanes have been in the conference final. So we're going to see what we can do as the season has just begun. Pretty solid start to the season, 28-15-1 at the top of the Metro Division, which obviously isn't that great. The Carolina Hurricanes are winning hockey games, but it is the most important come playoff time. That is pretty much all that matters. The Hurricanes are going to finish as the top team in the Metro Division, 52-27-3, 107 points, and we would also end up being a top 6 team in the league. Although the Metro, again, very weak division. 5 other teams were much better than us. The Florida Panthers, they won 58 games, so again, we're going to have to go through them, which is going to be an absolute nightmare. But I believe in the changes that I made. I believe that now, maybe potentially with a sniper like Caulfield and our first line doing as good as they did this season, that we can compete with the best of the best in at least the Eastern Conference. Somehow Caulfield's going to have a career high 99 points, but only 29 goals. The man had 70 apples on the season. Aho himself, he had 40 goals and 55 assists for 95 points. Svechnikov at 79. Stankoven in his rookie season was not bad. Brent Burns was pretty okay. Roslovic had a 54-point season. And for Pyotr Kochetkov, 6 shutouts, a 911 save percentage, and a 38-18-2 record is not bad at all. Mitch Marner is going to lead the league in scoring, 132 points. On the goal side, it would be Tommy Egg Matthews with 66. These guys just simulate way too insane in this game. It's honestly unrealistic. Matthews with 126, Draisaitl, McDavid were up there. JT Miller on the Rangers had 111 points. Scheifele had a boatload of points. Kyle Connor with 109, Barkov 109. The scoring is at an all-time high here in NHL 25. Hellebuck's going to have 51 wins in the season. I mean, Winnipeg did well in real life, but 51 is kind of crazy on the shutout side. I mean, Pyotr Kochetkov tied for the most alongside Hellebuck, both of which had 6. And now we head in the first round of the postseason. Just like in real life, we're going to play the Devils, but instead, they're going to have their roster and their best player in Jack Hughes. No injuries in this universe. So if I'm being honest, it is going to be a much tougher time than what Hurricanes actually did. Holy hell, how bad can it get here in Carolina? Down 3-0 to the New Jersey Devils. Here we go. Game number 4 in New Jersey. 3-0 lead after the first period. Second period, it is 6-2. And there we go. Carolina somehow by the skate of her teeth, or whatever the hell that goddamn awful saying is, we're going to get the victory and we actually win a hockey game in this series. Game 5 back in Carolina. We can force 6. Well, that definitely is not going to happen now. 4-0 after the second period. What did that on? I don't even know what I'm saying. What on earth went wrong with the Carolina Hurricanes? The New Jersey Devils just are going to dominate us in 5 games around number 1. We overhaul this team. We had a great regular season, and yet again, nothing to show for it, as we get absolutely smacked by the Devils in the very first round. The Florida Panthers, yet again, beat the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals. We had the exact same Final Four as we did in real life in 2024, and this time Florida, 6 games, they get it done. If this happens in real life, I might honestly cry. I don't know what I'd do. Cole Caulfield was our best player in round number 1, 3 goals, 7 points. I mean, in 5 games is not too terrible. He was a -1. Aho had 6. Brent Burns had 5 apples. Like, nobody else really showed up. We didn't have the depth to really compete with New Jersey, and Pyotr Kochetkov was a complete train wreck in the first round. 891 save percentage, a 365 GAA. He was not good at all. Marner's going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Matthews, the Maurice Richard. Evan Bouchard's going to win the Norris. We got Barkov, the Conn Smythe, Ottinger, the Vezina, and for the Selke, it's going to go to Crosby. For the re-sign phase, we got to get back Orlov and Burns. Brent Burns, I'm probably going to end up letting him walk. Dmitry Orlov, though, at 33 years old, I would like to get him back. We got 18 million cap space. Roslovic needs to be re-signed. Luckily, Kochetkov signed for a few more seasons. Make sure I qualify Jacob Dobes or Doby, whatever the hell you say his name. We ended up re-signing Dmitry Orlov. Jack Roslovic accepted my offer. So we now head to free agency, potentially getting a pickup, although there's not going to be a lot of great players available and we're not going to have a ton of cap space to work with. I'm going to see what I can do, maybe explore some trades in the offseason to help improve this roster, because going out in 5 games in the very first round definitely was not the best course of action for Carolina. We ended up striking out on Jonathan Drouin. Jamie Benn is going to join the Hurricanes, and Mikael Granlund did not like the contract we offered him, so now we got to go to free agency, try to pick up a centerman, because honestly our second line center is not looking great whatsoever. Heading into season number 2, still rolling out the exact same first line. Aho's a little bit better, Caulfield definitely is better, and Svechnikov is an 89 overall. We get Evans alongside Sam Bennett, who we did sign in the offseason, to a 6-year, $5.2 million deal. Obviously in real life he's going to get a lot more money than that. We got Roslovic alongside of him, Stankoven, Kotkaniemi, Ben, Martin Hook, Stahl, and Doc. Our depth honestly is a lot better than it was in year number 1. Defense core is kind of looking a little bit rough, but we got some bright pieces. Brock Faber's an 88 overall, and Pyotr Kochetkov still is hovering around an 85. A strong start yet again for the Hurricanes, 25-13-3 at the top of the Metro, but none of this matters if we go out in the first round yet again That was a straight up embarrassing loss in 5 games to the Devils. I'm hoping now we've grown a little bit since then. We ain't got no time to waste. Thatcher Demko is on the trading block here at the trade deadline. So a first, second, and a third from the Dallas Stars and the Carolina Hurricanes. They've rejected my offer. We ain't got no time to waste. We are at the trade deadline. Thatcher Demko is available. We got a first, second, third, and another second headed to Vancouver. And there we go. A 90 overall starter to the Carolina Hurricanes. We are going to slightly drop off a little bit. We are third in the Metropolitan Division, 47, 30, and 5. Not as good of a regular season last year, but honestly, I do not care if we go further in the playoffs. Philly and the Rangers are better in our division, and for the entire NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs, 57, 15, and 10, a President's Trophy. Edmonton was up there. We got the Dallas Stars, the Rangers, and the Panthers all rounding out the top 5. Aho finally had a breaking out, a superstar season. 40 goals, 112 points. Caulfield at 44 and 85. Svetch with 77. Sam Bennett, goddamn, had 71. Jake Evans with 61. Stankoven was pretty decent, although a little bit less than last season. Kochekov was good. He had a .913 save percentage. We do got Demko. Who played horribly, albeit most of those games were on the Vancouver Canucks. In Carolina, though, actually, no, oh my God. He had a .911 with Vancouver and an .883 with the Carolina Hurricanes. That is not a good sign heading into the postseason. Matthews going to lead the NHL in goal scoring. He had 71. Shorzy had 70 as a goddamn rookie in the National Hockey League. What a rookie season that is on the point side. Matthews dominated there as well. He had 129. Braden Point with 121. Cooch 120, McDavid and Marner and Tavares. Oh my, Johnny T. A career resurgence and a career high. He got 34 goals, 115 points. For the goaltenders, we got Jake Ottinger and Mackenzie Blackwood tying in wins at each 44 apiece. And for shutouts, Carter Hart will tie Linus Ullmark as they both had 9 on the year. As in round number 1, we got Shorzy and the Philadelphia Flyers, a team that in theory we should be able to beat. There's no way we go down 3-0 like we did last season, right? Philadelphia, game number 1. We don't have home ice advantage, which is honestly a little bit absurd, but they do have a 90 overall Shorzy on this roster. Maybe we might never actually be able to simulate this game. Sim engine is being really slow. Up 2-0. We stole both games on the road. We lose game number 3, and for game number 4, can we go up 3-1 in this first round matchup up against Philly? We have the opportunity to close out the series in Philadelphia for game number 5. What can the Hurricanes do? First period, a 2-1 lead. Lars Eller and P. Shorzy. Second period, 4-1 lead for the Flyers, and they have forced a game 6. Come on, Carolina. Let's finish this series off. First period, down 2-1. Second period, we knot it up. Thank you very much, Cole Caulfield, and we're all tied up at 2 in the third. There we go. Your mom's a hoe. Sebastian Aho on John Gibson. Carter Hart obviously no longer playing in the team. Then Jordan Stahl gives us the insurance marker that we needed. For Carolina Hurricanes, they are moving on to round number 2 after dominating Philly in 5 games. It is going to be a tough matchup up against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round. Obviously, Toronto and Florida, they're going to go do battle, probably go to 7 and the Leafs lose. You're going to find out if Carolina has some heart to dethrone a super team in NHL 25 like the Tampa Bay Lightning. Definitely got to have a strong start to the series. Oh my God, we got blown out 5-1 in game number 1. We responded in game 2. For game number 3, we get a 3-0 shutout victory, and this series now becomes a best of 3, all knotted up at 2 apiece. Carolina loses 5-3 in game 5, and then we face elimination in game number 6, I believe on the road in Tampa Bay. First period, a 2-1 lead. Thank you, Andrei Svechnikov. Second period, up 3-2, and we hang on to force a game number 7. Game 7 on home ice, up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. First period, we are down 1-0. Yanni Gordon, Thatcher Demko. Second period, oh my God, things are not going our way. Jake Gensel on the power play. It's a 1-goal deficit. It is definitely doable for the Hurricanes. We only have 17 shots on net. What in the hell? What in the blue collar fuck is going on right now? 7 minutes to go in the third period. The Hurricanes trying to push. This is not looking great at all. 2 minutes to go in the third period of a game number 7. I had to hop in and watch my Carolina. Okay, my Carolina Hurricanes is kind of crazy. I'm not going to go that far, but the Carolina Hurricanes potentially lose in the second round to the Tampa Bay Lightning. What can we do? Oh no, Braden Point. Here we go. Jake Evans. Do we got our first liners out on the ice? Jack Roslovic, definitely not a first line forward. What is going on here, Carolina? Can we please just get the big dogs out? Sam Bennett blocking out Bennett, trying to go shorts on Vasilevsky. The Hurricanes have 40 seconds to save their season. and send this game to overtime. Nikita Kucherov the other way. Kuch taking a shot, but Demko is going to make the easy save. Brandon Hagel back to Hedman. Hedman walking in. Did he just ring that off the post? I don't know. I don't have my headphones in. Shot again. It's going to get blocked. The Hurricane season is dwindling down. We can't even get out of our own zone. Demko is saving our ass right now. We're going to win that draw. We might have to end up pulling the goalie. We're going for broke. Here we go. Come on, Demko. Go to the bench. We dump it in deep. Probably the worst thing we can do at this point is we're probably not going to get the puck back. Less than 10 seconds to go. What an awful forecheck by the Carolina Hurricanes. And unfortunately, year number 2 is going to end with us losing in the second round in a Game 7 against Tampa. Sebastian Aho went completely off, carrying Carolina with 9 goals and 28 points in only 13 games. Svechnikov at 21, Caulfield with 15. How the hell did this team not go further than we did? Even Demko was pretty good. I mean, he had 1 shutout, a .916 save percentage. Goals against was a little bit high, but I mean, I'm more so looking at the save percentage. It's not horrible. It's pretty good, honestly, for the postseason. The Lightning ended up going the entire way, beating Colorado in a Game 7 in the Cup Finals as they win yet again another Stanley Cup. Austin Matthews will have a clean sweep on all the major individual awards. Evan Bouchard goes back-to-back with the Norrises. Kucherov a Conn Smythe. Skinner is going to win the Vezina Trophy. Not going to lie, with the way he's playing in the conference finals, I could see this in the future. And for the Selke Trophy, that is going to go to Anze Kopitar yet again, once more time before he ends up retiring. Once more time. Do I need to be checked? Like, what is seriously wrong with me? Hey, look, New York Islanders fans, you guys can be happy you won the NHL draft lottery, playing the goddamn parade. Re-sign phase yet again. Mike Matheson needs to be re-signed, 32 years old. Luckily, he wants to come back. We got Stankoven, probably just going to end up qualifying him, if I'm being honest. Herbie Doc, probably want to bring him back. And for the goaltenders, Thatcher Demko is a UFA, probably not going to end up signing him. We'll roll with Kochekov at an 86. Heading into the third and final season, this is what Carolina will look like. All 90-plus overalls on the first line. Roslovic alongside Evans and Bennett, Jamie Benn, Adam Lowry, and Jesper Fast. Unfortunately, Stankoven hasn't really accepted the qualifying offer. I don't know if he's going to end up doing so. Offensively, still rolling out basically the same exact decor and hoping it fits. We are kind of strained on the moves that we can make. We don't have a lot of cap space. A lot of our guys, like Svechnikov and Caulfield, I'm not going to end up trading them. Aho, I would love to trade, but he's got a full no movement clause, so I cannot do so. Adam Lowry is a good signing for a free agent. 85 overall, third line center, can definitely help out our depth. For right now, we're going to have to trust in the Carolina Hurricanes that they can pull magic out of a bottle and potentially go all the way and win a Stanley Cup. One final season to try to bring Carolina a Stanley Cup. Can GM Pasta do it? I'm definitely going to try to make some moves at the trade deadline. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do, though, unfortunately. The Hurricanes are in a very weird spot. They've been competing for a long time, haven't really been able to get over the hump. They got guys on mediocre contracts and mediocre players in all aspects of the game. I think we improved the roster. We improved the core. Screw it. I'm giving up all my first round picks for Drake Batherson and Michael Misa because he makes literally the league minimum. And there we go. We picked up 2 great players. Well, Michael Misa is going to be a great player, but Batherson himself is an 87 overall for a third and final playoff run of the video. We are still going to end up making the postseason. 47, 29, and 6, 100 points on the year. We got Edmonton winning 59 games. Is this a season that McDavid gets it done? Philly came number 2. We got Toronto in the top 3, Dallas and New York to round out the top 5. Caulfield had 37 goals, 91 points. Batherson had 91 as well, so that is a massive deadline pickup by myself, which is GM Pasta. Aho's a 30-goal scorer. We got Svechnikov with 77. This is the deepest and honestly the best team the Hurricanes has ever had in this era, where Kochekov now 6 shutouts, a .910 save percentage, lead us all the way. Can Austin Matthews just like calm the hell down, dude? He's going to lead in goals yet again. He had 67, the most points at 131. We got the New York Rangers in the first round of the postseason. Probably going to be a tough matchup. I mean, Igor Shesterkin has one of the highest career save percentage of all time, so we're going to have to find a way to beat him. Come on, Carolina. One final playoff run to win it all. We are up 2-0 after the first 2 games against New York. Pretty high scoring, if I'm being honest. I mean, we only allowed 2 in the first game, 5 in the other game. We win game 3. We lose game 4, up 3-1 in this series, trying to close it out in MS PSG, and we managed to do so. Probably our easiest series so far of the video, a gentleman's sweep as we move on to the second round to now play the Philadelphia Flyers, who do have P. Shorzy, so they're going to be a tough team, obviously. He's probably like a 95 overall in year number 2. But the Carolina Hurricanes were just frankly too much. We have made the conference finals. We got the Florida Panthers. Can we at least win a hockey game? That would be a mission accomplished. We somehow end up losing the first 2 games. Game 3 in Florida. Can we? No, we're going down 3-0. Are we going to go down swinging, or will we end up showing no goddamn heart? First period down 1-0. Second period 3-0 lead for the Florida Panthers, and there it is. The Carolina Hurricanes do not win a game in the conference finals, and absolutely nobody was shocked. Drake Batherson, our trade deadline acquisition, was our best player in the postseason. 17 points in 14 games. We got Caulfield with 15. Jake Evans had 7 goals in 14 games. Svechnikov and Aho weren't really that great. Sam Bennett provided, I guess, 0 offense. Svechnikov and Aho, honestly, were not that great. I expected a little bit more out of them. Sam Bennett tried to take somebody's head off, but he couldn't score a lot of goals. Mike Matheson was okay, I guess, and for Pyotr Kochekov, he only had a 9.02. The Florida Panthers win another Stanley Cup, and it's against my Oilers. That is 3 years of them beating Edmonton in the finals and winning their 3rd cup in franchise history. Seriously, how much more pain do I have to go through? Draisaitl is going to win the Ted Lindsay as well as the Hart Trophy. Matthews, the Art Ross, and Maurice Richard. We get the Norris again, 3 straight seasons in a row to Evan Bouchard, Sam Reinhart, the Conn Smythe, Mackenzie Blackwood, the Vezina, and for the Selke Trophy, that will go to Nathan McKinnon. Well, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.